Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Alrighty. So, main message for this collective, they are seeing through the facade. So, I feel like there is someone connected to this collective who is going through certain, mask removals around them, like, or they're like noticing certain mask behaviors around them is what I'm seeing. But yeah, before we get into this person, I want to see you guys and we're going to do it differently this time. I think I'm going to start doing it like that just to get an idea of, what are your guys' core blocks, I feel. But I want to see how you're seeing currently your connection. So hold on, I want to see with these how you are viewing your connection, and then how your view will confirm with that black deck how you're viewing them as well. All right, currently, how genuinely viewing the connection, this collective view. All right, so values, don't like that. But, and for it to come out like both of them together, I feel like maybe there has been certain deceit behavior that maybe you're holding on to a little bit. But with this values in the beginning, I'm seeing it as maybe you guys learn the values that you've learned through the relationship, but also the values you have learned after that separation is what I'm hearing. But you could feel like there are certain secrets around you, or certain truths that have not been spoken of. Chemistry, yeah, all divines have chemistry. It's unmatched, but yeah, that's the reason why I say it. But unfinished business. So this collective, you could feel a little bit hopeful that this will align when it's supposed to. But it's so crazy because we have the last one being time. So it could have been a long time since you have been with this person again. Let's get how long it's been since your separation. I'm feeling separation, so I already said it. 6 months maybe. Could be 6 years, but I was hearing 6 months. But that wouldn't be that long. No, I'm more inclined to 6 years. And it depends on everyone's perspective of time, but just because of how I'm seeing this this spread, we have emotional maturity one side, and we have logic on the other. And in the middle, we have what would be the physical, the chemistry. I feel like, if anything, this is like the 10% of what you are viewing the connection. The biggest thing for this collective, there's something having to do with values and secrets that are from an emotional maturity standpoint, and unfinished business and time that are more of that 3D aspect, as I said before. But I feel like this collective, maybe through your logic, you're trying to still have hope that this will align. That runner confirmation. Okay, confirm values. You could have had different values in the past, but reflection. So there it is. What is serving me and what is not? What is it in my values that I'm needing to change? But being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. I feel like, again, this collective, you are focusing, even though you have that emotional side and logical 3D side, you are trying to focus on, and it's the energy I was feeling, focus on you understanding that you are the own creator of your happiness, and that I'm literally feeling with this values and the reflection, it's like you value yourself now. It's like self-value, reflecting on what you need to change. Understanding that you want reciprocity, seeing that you want reciprocity, the way that the same way you give it. That's part of those values. Don't make that one fit. Secrets, soul contract. So the lesson I learned from us will never be forgotten. I want one more because I was not feeling that for secrets. One more for secrets. Maybe that's what you feel, but unworthy. Okay, so having to do with I'm seeing this as how you view how you grew from this relationship, actually. What you were hiding was the fact that you felt unworthy and that you just had to build yourself up. It was part of your soul contract so that you could find yourself again. Again, another new chapter, confirmation. You're focusing on the positivity. which is very good. I like that. Chemistry. But the ego, maybe because this relationship was so, and I'm going to say it was so, physical, and maybe it had been a long time since you had that physical attachment, a certain attachment to someone, but also that kind of like puzzle piece and energy, it was like very crazy chemistry wise. So maybe that was like, what would blind you a little bit, not wanting to lose that part of them. That came to my mind for a reason, but you let your pride and ego get in the way of the connection instead of maybe putting up the boundary and saying, you know what, just being physical with you is not working for me, and it's not helping my my soul and my mind. So this and this, like, show informing your boundaries or what you would like out of the relationship. And of course it comes from, and I'm gonna say it, if it's coming to my mind, I'm gonna say it. You could have had felt abandoned as a child, and maybe that was part of your blocks, and you didn't know how to communicate your needs and wants because, again, that armor you created towards yourself. Maybe you were afraid that this person would leave, so then you would just endure in what this person was only giving you. But if that's what I'm feeling, I feel like maybe that's what your mindset was before. And just with this values in the beginning, it's like this collective, you have been focusing on your self-worth. Do not make that fit. Do not make it fit. Unfinished business. Whoa. Absence and sabotage. So maybe how you sabotage this connection as well, in your own way because of your armor. Maybe you're going through reflection on maybe certain communication skills that you had, or maybe not communicating before what your needs and wants were. But there's a reason for everything. Maybe in that time you weren't ready for that, but now you are, and maybe that's why you're feeling the need to communicate. But you feel like there's a part of you, so there's still that soul tie. You feel that there's a part of you that is missing with this person. So again, that 3D aspect, there's something about the release of 3D aspect, I feel. You could feel like they're irreplaceable. But if anything, I'm more seeing it as that, reflection, and as that, acknowledgement of that relationship because of how you've grown. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you are in love, or have this, missing part of them, but because they made you grow so much. Right Collective will understand. I hope I was clear with that, but I feel like the Right Collective will understand that. Time. And just with this mistakes under that time, maybe you feel like you didn't dedicate them as much time as, so again, you're going through that reflection, as much time as maybe they did. Maybe because of your ego, you thought that you were putting in more time. I feel like you're going through that. I can see both sides now. I'm seeing both sides. That came to my mind. Okay, hold on. Let's confirm. How this collective is viewing this person on the mind. So first one's Phoenix, and I like you. Again, you're trying to transform this energy through love. You're trying to transform it through understanding. You're trying to transform it through divine feminine energy, which is beautiful. But this is about a new face, rekindle, renew, transform, changing mind. And I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, wanting to date. You could be wanting to date. It came to my mind. But love, again, confirmation, focusing on unconditional love. But through a transformative point, not through, they're in a mask. No, through a literal transformation. So, which means, again, this collective, you have been working on your values. And you are firm on your values now. There's a reason why you're feeling this right now. You know your worth. Endings bringing new beginnings. Confirmation. Confirmation. Growth, change, liberation, transition. One more. One more for top row. For some reason, I kind of want to see how you viewed it before. Healing your heart. So, these endings bringing new beginnings, more healing. You've freed yourself from the toxic relationship or addictive thought pattern that you had. You freed yourself from feeling like an option, from feeling like you were strung along, from this one night stand energy. You understand that it was coming from your ego, so now you understand that your values are, you know what, I am not one night stand material. I do not deserve this, not with my value. I do not feel like I'm an option, so I will not be putting myself as an option. Boundaries. I know what I deserve, so I work for what I deserve, and I put up those boundaries to reinforce what I deserve, and I let who I want in, and I remove who I need to remove out. That's a beautiful way to see it. That's very nice. Alrighty, confirming the Phoenix. No, you know what? So, but seduction over third party and transforming that. Not focusing on the negative. But you know what? I think I want to confirm, but I really feel like you're going through this. Like, this is how you are viewing this person, but I want to see how you were viewing them in the past. How is this collective genuinely viewing this person in the past? Initial connection. Well, first one to fly out. It was divinely guided. Okay, so you were already in that sense of very spiritual. You thought, I'm not saying that you were, and it could have been, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm seeing it more as maybe you saw a few numbers, or, you know, you noticed that some things, whenever you spoke them, they would come into fruition, or whatever you think about something, that song would play in the radio and stuff. So I feel like there was some sort of awareness, a little awareness of the universal magic, just because of how this is the first one. But also it could be that maybe, I want to say it, but you changed your perception of how it really was. I want to know how it really was, but it could be that you feel like it was divinely guided to you. I like you. They will always be back. They would always, again, keeping you as an option. That because they liked you, that's your perception of how you view the connection in the past. Because they liked you, because you felt like romance was blooming, they would always come back. But again, it's you guys are going through that reflection of what you permitted as well. But look at the difference. I know you like me. I know I have unconditional love. I know that I am attracting beginnings through this ending, through my healing heart. I understand that. But this isn't just enough. This is a beautiful way to see this person, but I feel like it's not enough. I feel like there is a little bit of dedication that this person has to put to towards you in a more vulnerable way. But this collective, you know that. You're just, you know, everything in divine timing is what I'm feeling. All right, love. How you view love with this person. The intimacy. So again, very physical. I feel like you confuse the physical with the emotional. And it makes sense with abandonment issues. You know, there's a codependency that happens. So whenever you change that person who has been through abandonment at such an early age, we tended to cling on anyone who would give us any, like, the bit of affection or even a little bit more, and it would be like, oh my god, what is this? And that would just send us into, you know, that mental havoc with their actions not going toward, you know, not going at the same pace as their words. You know what I mean? Coffin. Spy. You thought that maybe they were spying you all the time, that, you know, it could have been something that you stopped doing as well, you know, instead of spying on them. Maybe that's something that you understood that you needed to stop doing, chasing them energetically as well. It's coming to my mind. I feel like through figuring yourself out and such. I want one more for spy. But they could be an earth sign, or you could be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, healing heart, but date night. Now, instead of going on that date with this person, taking that moment of bliss, you focused on healing your heart. And you know that there is patience needed, that everything happens for a reason, that everything will happen in divine timing. This is about just a few more months. And rarely I focus on those words. This is nice, guys. It's a lot of understanding of what this journey is about. Alrighty. So you guys know what I say. If that's not your energy, this is not your reading, please do not make things fit. I give these details for a reason. Alrighty. Let's get one more confirmation of how you're genuinely feeling towards this person. And we're going to get a couple of emotion cards. Hold on, let's get emotion cards. Let's see them. Okay, your true, genuine emotion towards them. Oh, what is that? Discipline. Confirmation. Perseverance. Whoa. All right, so all of those wanted to come out. All right, so we have perseverance, the dedication that you've put into this, but also the dedication you put towards yourself, also your patience. But you know you can do whatever you set your mind to. It could have been a little bit of guilt for letting those patterns happen, kind of feeling, you know what I mean? But you release any beliefs that no longer assist you in your soul's growth. Let me get one more for that, because I feel like that's more what we're inclined. But relationships under this guilt, so understanding that this was something that you needed to remove. It's understanding you were attracted, or you attract in people who serve your highest good in one way or form. Understanding. One more. Not focusing on the failure. Understanding that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. Confirmation to what I just said. You could have really played that blame game. I don't feel like this collective you're blaming now, but maybe for a long time you did have blame. But you accept your responsibility for your own well-being. I want more for that. Because of regret. But understanding that you cannot change the past. One more. You have courage through it. I encourage that you can achieve anything. Your confirmation, gratitude. Focus on gratitude. And focusing on yourself. Focusing on your self-worth. Not self-esteem, but self-worth. But knowing you possess the soul, gifts in your soul that benefit you and others. Very nice. It was literally the transition to your self-worth. Confirmation. That growth to your self-worth. It's very nice, guys. Let's see how you're genuinely feeling towards this person. Genuine feelings towards the person on this collective's mind. So there could be distance, physical distance. Could be that you're awakening. You're awakening. But also you could be feeling that they are awakening, is what I heard. But you have distance. There are certain dreams that you could be having for with this person. I feel like maybe both of you are. We'll get into them in a while. But there could be physical distance, but also the emotional distance. I don't feel like this collective, you get overwhelmed anymore whenever this energy comes in. I'm feeling intuitively. You know, it's divinely protected. Confirmation with that belief. Confirmation with that trust. Love since the beginning of time. It's written in the stars. Faith and Kundalini. You're awakening, but also you could feel like they awakened. Which means this collective, do not make it fit. You are coming in total surrender. You are coming in kind of like that complete surrender of the universe. I just feel like you don't stop believing. Confirmation. Oh my God. I feel like you totally believe. It's like literal surrender on the 3D aspect of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This and just a small town girl took the sign. You could really love that movie or that song. That's from Rock of Ages. Distance. That could be one of your songs, but expectation. I'm seeing that as expectation. I'm not seeing that as fertility. One more. But inner child, I feel like maybe you, whenever this comes out, it could be that you have kids, but I'm seeing that more as your expectation because of that, the distance. It's like you guys, it was that deck, the one that said, oh my God, I have to look for it. I can't remember. Hold on. I can't remember. No, hold on. Oh my God, which one is it? I feel like a part of me is missing with you. I feel like, oh my God, it was literally the first one. I feel like a part of me is missing. I feel like that's kind of like that energy. The distance, you know, maybe you miss that inner child that would come out with this person. I heard that for a reason, dreams. But also that believing energy. But because when kids believe, you know, it's like when kids believe, like they really believe, that's the energy that I feel like you're starting to embody. All right, releasing expectation and just believing like a child. I love that. But dreams, certain addictions could be illuminated within dreams. Maybe I'm hearing maybe substance abuse, or, you know, I'm hearing that, you know, you're clearing karmic timelines. So you could be having a lot of dreams where you have in places where you've never been before. But it feels very familiar, and, you know, it feels very, very vivid dreams. And there could be certain addictions being enlightened right now that you're healing out, confirmation. But also certain addictions having to do with this person. Maybe you're seeing them clearing out certain energy through your dreams having to do with addictions. Divinely protected. The passion but soulmate. The spark is what I'm hearing. The spark will never fade. That's what I'm hearing. Ancient Egypt. This is good. This is good. This means that you are activated into your mission work. You are activated through your soul's purpose. So again, understanding of this journey, it awakened you as well. It awakened you, and then it awakened this person. But then again, confirmation, guys. Confirmation. Kundalini music. And we just had that deviation with that song. Could feel that through music that this person is coming through a kundalini. And the one in the bottom, stop. All right, let's get one more. But spying, and there it was before. You could feel you're coming into a cycle, because you had the same thing with your past connection. So it could be you're coming into a closing of a cycle. You could feel like they're spying on you, stalking your socials. All right. Let's get into this person. I want to see how they're viewing you currently. How they're viewing you. Well, no, I don't want to get these. I want to get these. I want to see how they're viewing you currently. How are they currently genuinely viewing this collective? I think that was mission. Oh, right person, wrong time. Runner. The red bond. All right, this is good though. I think intimacy, the first one. So clearly that 3D aspect is very imprinted in both of your minds. A lot of intensity, but in the intimacy as well. Clearing this came out together with cycles. So again, confirmation with that cycles. Clearing and healing out karma through the cycles. Wow. Runner. So they see that you're running. It could be that that's what they're feeling because you put up that boundary is what I'm hearing. But they see you as the right person, wrong time, but then that red thread bond. So believer as well. And I like that the only physical aspect that we're having is this one, and well, this energy. But this is energy that can be healed. The intensity and intimacy, I feel like it's something a little harder. I feel like this is kind of like imprinted in your soul. I feel like through passion, but they're starting to see, you know, what they need to change in life. Like they're starting to, through the passion that they have towards you. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but through the passion they have towards you and that you ignite in them, I feel like they are starting to see what they want in their life, but for real. What you have been focused on, your values. What are the values that they're wanting? Just because that's the only one, and then it's clearing and healing all of this energy. Confirmation. Intimacy, intensity. Merkaba. So they're finding their star within with this, but also how you found your star within. Clearing and healing out karma. The abandonment, confirmation. Both of you, this collective and this person, are healing abandonment. Don't make it fit. Literally. It's what I said before. There's a reason I say everything. Runner. Movement. From runner to movement. No longer wanting to run. Clearing out that karmic energy. It's so crazy because I was literally thinking about this card. And again, that union. Wow. This person is right person, wrong time. Going through that dark night of the soul. That's where that turbulence is coming from as well. Red thread bond. But they're healing. Their red thread bond is healing their wounded feminine energy so that they could be in attraction, you know, attracting what they want, not chasing it through emotion. I'm not seeing this as they're a Pisces, or I heard Pisces for a reason. Maybe there's a Pisces in their energy, but I'm not seeing this as they are water sign. I'm seeing that more as that emotion. It's the emotion, the passion, and the healing that is bringing you back together. So, all right. One more. Last one. You guys are marrying. Confirmation, what I said before, you're feeling it. And they know about this. If they know about marrying, they know about this journey. Don't make it fit. That was amazing. Smelling union. Alrighty. I want to get their emotion. Genuine emotion towards this collective. Genuine current. Freedom. Sign. Surrendering. Surrender and pride came out together. I'm seeing that as surrendering their pride and balancing. I want to see what they're freeing shadow eyes. Divine juggling. So progress, inner harmony, having hope. Releasing limiting beliefs, changing the mindset of self-realization, what you guys are going through. Inner balance. Overcoming and being resilient through their self-sabotage. Wow. Wow. Very strong. Removing confusion, anxiety, and the need to escape. Wow. Wow, guys. That was amazing. You guys saw that, right? All right. So we have freedom, balance, surrender, and pride. So we're leaving. All right. I want to see with these how they're viewing the connection. That was perseverance, the same one as you guys have. All right, how are they viewing the connection? Secrets, so they know there are certain secrets. And the absence, so they're literally reflecting the same thing you guys are. You're really marrying. Missed opportunity. And inseparable. They want to mend it. There's certain secrets that they're needing to free. That's why they're working on their pride. How they've been doing it in your guys' absence, but how they felt the same thing that you guys are going through, how they sabotage this connection, they're wanting to mend this, how you guys are inseparable, and they don't want to see this as a missed opportunity anymore. Secrets. Oh, reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. Confirmation to what I said with that childlike spirit that you guys got. The distance. Sign. One more for secrets. The damage that they've caused. I feel like more the secrets is the accountability. I'm seeing that as that. They wanted to take accountability. Absence. They're seeing both sides. We are both hurting from this. The runner. How they ran. I don't want to run anymore. How they were broken and they don't want to feel anymore. They don't want to feel shattered about the situation anymore. Mending. Habits. By changing habits, the addictions you guys got. You guys are marrying so freaking much. missed opportunities. They know they have to make changes for this to come in. Unfinished business. Oh, you guys got unfinished business. So that's what they're reflecting, where they're saying you guys got unfinished business. Again, you guys 3D aspect. But them, they're the past 3D aspect. But it's being released. They see you as destiny. Inseparable. Again, confirmation to what I said before for this collective. You guys are in total surrender right now. So what is it doing? It's projecting onto them. It's making them reflect. Hold on. Oh, how they felt unappreciated. They felt like you didn't care. But they're going, but a little bit of dishonesty. So there's accountability for why maybe. They can't help their feelings. It's what they're feeling, but it's because there's certain wounds that they have to work through. But this collective, you understand that. You're seeing both sides of the story. Wow. Very nice. All right, let's put these away. I don't even need to confirm those. Let's get these. I want to see what their highest self is currently helping them with and what they're wanting to say to you. All right, so the first one, number 3, expansion, by the way, but mission. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. So for that to be the first card, this person is going through deep, deep healing right now, and pure, and that's literally their emotions right now. It's literally their emotions right now. Number 10, I long for your kisses and your touch. We can see that. I can feel that. Like the intensity of the wanting to be physical with you is intensing. Number 10, all growth. I'm looking for a way out of the situation so I can be free. So they're focusing on the freedom, the first card of their emotions. Messages of trust. Don't judge the situation, just surrender. I know it's triggering, but from a higher perspective, it's clear. But we have number 7, communication. So literally, it's from finally activating through mission, living in that unconditional love energy, you know, and like believing in their vision with this romantic messages, knowing that they have to grow first and they have to, you know, purge and release. They have to trust also in the universe, that they have to surrender to the universe after doing the work. And then whenever it's supposed to happen, you guys will communicate is what I'm hearing. But I'll contact you when I am able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it. So there's awareness that this person does not want baggage in your guys' union. They're getting stuff done to remove what they need to remove. I'm hearing April. To bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. They're getting ready. They're getting ready. Mission. For some reason, I don't want to confirm these, but I want to confirm with another deck. Hold on. I want to confirm with another deck. Let's confirm this. Mission. Cycles. Confirmation. Confirmation. Fake karma. Something ending. Something beginning. Learning about the cycles. Beautiful. Romantic messages. Wow. That's what came out. The distance and wanting to take that chance. Confirmation, there's distance between this collective. Do not make it fit. It could be the emotional distance, but I do see that as actual physical distance as well. All growth. Intuition. Oh my God. Knowing that they need to follow their intuition. My candle is doing the weirdest things. Like every time a little, you know, these little like wax thingies come down, it's like it's touching water for some reason. It sounds like water is being like what's it called, like water is being evaporated. That's kind of like the noise. But all growth, intuition, understand that they need to focus on their intuition and not on their ego. They need to grow. And how do they grow? By following their intuition, seeing the red flags and not ignoring them so they don't bite them in the butt. Wow. Literally seeing the red flags so they don't bite them in the butt. Surrender. That's a surrender for a reason. Surrender expectation. Confirmation. You guys are going through that because they're removing it. Sign. Communication. When they figure themselves out. They're still figuring themselves out. They're still getting to know themselves. They're still learning. But I think that they're wanting a honeymoon with you. That was amazing, guys. Did you see that? All right, I want to get their true intentions. I want to see what they want to say to you. What does this person want to say to this? Do I want to get these? Yeah, let's get these. No, I actually don't want to get these. I want to get these. This is my first love deck. All right. Love since the beginning of time. It could be actually your first love. Maybe you realize, and it's coming to my mind. Maybe you realize, but through the years, you've never had that like real love that people talk about, but not because of that social expectation, but because that feeling that you get. I feel like you had that feeling with this person, and it's like that was maybe what was tying you to that 3D. The fact that you had that with that person, that kind of feeling, that kind of emotion that maybe you didn't know it could ever exist within you. And side note, the real kind of love will make you grow, and look at all of your growth. All right, let's get what this person wants to say to this beautiful collective. You need to let go of each other. So they're still going through a little bit of, removal of the denial. I left you before you could leave me. I feel like this is the secrets. I feel like maybe they'll start like this. For some reason, it's coming to my mind. Not because of playing games, but I feel like I feel like there's a moment where they're taking that accountability and they're kind of feeling guilty themselves for what they put you through. That's what I'm feeling. I hide behind material things. I feel like they're gonna complain about everything. That how they were sabotaging themselves. I replay our conversations over and over. Finding out the truth crushed me. Weird. Like, I'm feeling it's very doom and gloom. Maybe this person is needing to really communicate that. Or maybe that's how they are really right now. I wish things could be different. Yeah, they're kind of like in that longing energy. But because they're going through that dark night of the soul. This is confirming literally that mirroring energy, in the sense that I feel like whatever they're grieving over, whatever their mourning is, they are mirroring it onto you guys, because you guys need to alchemize it. I'm just seeing that guilt that this person has, the blame at one point. I feel like this person is wanting to come clean about every little thing that happened, literally, and it could be insignificant for you, but for this person, it's a very big deal. Just because this being the last one, I wish I could have done things differently. It's literally taking accountability of what they did and replaying those conversations in their mind, what they were learning with these conversations. I am becoming a better person. And the last one is, I wish I treated you better, confirmation. So they're focusing on their growth, but there's still a little bit of that dark night of the soul within them. And you know what? There's a reason why flattery didn't come out, for this collective. Again, confirmation. You guys are wanting reciprocity. You're not wanting flattery. So, right, collective. Alrighty. Let's see. I want to see. I want to see their true intentions. Hold on. I want to see their true intentions. True, genuine intention towards this collective. What their actions are. Hold on. Okay. So I want to get with these one row of their intention towards you. This person's intention towards this collective. Well, wow, transformation, and I'm sorry. It's still a little bit hot and cold, so they're still in that energy of they can't give you what you need. Friends and 5D. Hold on. Hot and cold 5D, but inner union. So literally, they're wanting your forgiveness for how they treated you, wanting to come clean of everything. They're wanting to transform this. That phoenix that you guys got, that's what you're mirroring as well. They're still a little bit hot and cold with the situation, but I think it has to do with certain friends that they have. Again, I heard Pisces for a reason. And we did get water sign. It could be that maybe that's someone who's in kind of like in the middle, but let me confirm friends. Let me confirm friends. One more for friends. Let's confirm friends. Archangel Raphael, healing energy. I want one more, but that was a protection. I feel like it's maybe someone a little bit sneaky addiction. So someone who they're trying to heal from. Maybe they really look into certain addictions when this friend is around, but I feel like they're healing it. Kind of like the removal of addictive energies, toxic energies, seeing that as toxicity. But I feel like they're feeling your love and your inner union through the 5D, and it's making them focus on that. That's what I'm hearing. That's nice. Very, very nice. And their confirmation, they're waiting for divine timing. They are trusting. You. That was all right. True intentions of this person towards this collective. True intentions. Insecurities. So how they were insecure. Again, taking accountability for their own emotions, though, but being vulnerable is what I'm hearing. Hold on, let's get two more. Masquerading, their mask, and confirmation to what I said before. Maybe they're seeing through. That could be what the main message was. There's literally what I said in the beginning of the reading. The masking. They're seeing through the masks. They're seeing through certain people that have a mask, and they're sign. So that's making them reflect. One more. Okay, so we have a time frame here, and this is not long. We have 100, so you could be seeing 99 a lot, or about to get to 100. That's come to my mind, but like completion, I'm hearing. So we have June 21st till August 5th, and August 6th to September 21st. It could be that something is, this being the last one is kind of like making me feel it could be something that is going to happen, but also it could be a memory that you guys shared, a certain conversation that you guys shared that kind of like was that pivotal moment for your growth and also for their growth. You'll know. This collective would know. But insecurities. If you really knew who I was and how I felt, you may not love me anymore. I'm afraid you'll reject me if I show you who I really am. But they're transforming through that. And I put that in the forgiveness and transformation. I feel like maybe that's what they're transforming out of. Finally forgiving themselves. Virgo energy. Earth sign. 87. I had my life all planned out, focusing on my 5-year plan, but then I met you and everything changed. I didn't know how to rearrange my life for you. I should have learned to compromise. Accountability. Masquerading, number 10. We could be seeing 1010 a lot. I was wearing a mask by appearing happy and serene in front of others. When I'm alone, I think about you and I realize I was my true authentic self when I was with you. I do feel that. And then we have that date. And this came to my mind. This person, whoever is this Pisces energy, or this could be the energy that they're wanting to explain about, but also we did get Pisces that I heard, and that friends and the addictions. So I'm leaning towards there is a Pisces in the middle that you would know about, but their year of birth could be 93. I just heard that for some reason, but I had an idealistic view on what a relationship should look like. You challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. Confirmation, what you guys have been focused on and how you see the relationship, the values. Confirmation. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me, but I do now. It's that I believe you now energy. sign. That was magical, guys. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Let's see. So what I've been doing lately is I've been getting maybe a row of this deck and then confirming with tarot. It just, I don't know why. I just felt like starting to do that. But distance coming out again. But that was, you know how it did it kind of like closing out the distance, closing in the distance. All right. I want to see. Okay, so first before I get into them, I want to see you guys with the universal message for you guys. We're going to get surrender cards first. We're going to get surrender cards for this collective. What does this collective need to surrender to? Let's get 3. Surrender to joy. And surrender your comparison to other people. So maybe that's something that's being, your certain insecurities are being illuminated. We did get that. Surrender the unhealthy relationships. That's what you've been focusing on. So I don't feel like it's something you have to surrender now. You're doing that. And you know what? I feel this collective, this is what you've been focused on. By surrendering the unhealthy relationships, you've been focused on your own abundance, your own joy, seeing that you are the one who completes yourself, and you stop comparing yourself to people because you know your worth. That's what I'm seeing with that. Let's just confirm these. How do they surrender their unhealthy relationships? Surrendering the fear of change, focusing on changing the outcome. Not changing the outcome, but, you know, refocusing your focus. You know what I mean? Instead of having fear, having courage. Confirmation to those emotion cards. Surrender to joy. Following your intuition. Surrendering to the wisdom of your body. Following your intuition. That's what I'm seeing with that. Surrender comparison to people. By surrendering your low self-esteem, because you've been focused on your low self-esteem. Seeing yourself as you are. Wow. Wow. And it's opening yourself to more creativity. Flow. Very nice, guys. All right. Universal message for this beautiful collective. Abundance. A lot of abundance. By seeing the past as the past. Seeing beyond the past. And also divines. You know what I say about the swan. 23rd of the 9th could be an important date or birthday. Your prayers have been answered. 12th of the 9th. By putting action leading to success. By putting the action where you needed to put it. Number 1. 12th of the 1st, 1st of the 12th. 1st of the 9th, 9th of the 1st. 23rd of the 1st. Narcissism through gratitude. And 31. 31st of the 1st. 31st of the 12th could be important dates, and 31st. You're transforming, you're metamorphosing. Sign. Alrighty, guys. Let's get, so I'm not going to get the journey ones. I'm going to get my shaman ones and see, and then, okay. Now, let's see how far ahead does the universe want us to tap into. I'm hearing April, so it's not far. Could be like 1 to 2 weeks or 4 at the most, I feel. 3 weeks. All right, next 3 weeks for this collective. That's not far. Next 3 weeks for this collective. Universal message. Next 3 weeks for this collective and this connection. No, actually for this collective, and the connection is going to come out anyways. Whoa. Emotional release and abundance. 13, surrendering to divine. All right, so we have emotional release, abundance, your sacred space, focusing on yourself, pouring into your own cup, making the changes that you need to make, more changes as well though, more transformation, and letting go. Next 3 weeks, a rebirth period. Beautiful. All right, next 3 weeks for this collective. Universal message, next 3 weeks for this collective. All right, next 3 weeks. Well, the star, upright, the first one to turn around, but wish granted. Calm, renewal, death period. Lunar eclipse. But we have lunar eclipse, and we have an eclipse in a couple of days. I think what is it, the 29th? But this is about 3 months, and 3 came out, so it could be between the first 3 weeks, but it's leading to your next 3 months maybe. But a new emotional cycle after this wish granted. Seeing clearly, divine aid, endings bringing new beginnings. Something that was hostile, defeat, whatever had to feel, whatever felt self-sacrificing, or also it could be that certain self-sacrificing moments will come, and it's to see if you finally change that perspective and released that energy. Just because you don't want to, just because you want to avoid conflict, really standing your ground is what I'm hearing. One more. But a plot twist. Yeah. Whatever it has to do with certain negative thoughts, doom and gloom energy, paralyzed in fear. Okay, let's get 2 more for your top row, and then we'll confirm that one. Hold on. I feel there's a lot of change. Oh, Hangman and sorry. So this is literally like this. Hold on, I want to see this one first. Oh, but self-awareness. See, 4 of Cups upright. In reverse. This is good. This is about being proactive, being focused, engaging, enthusiastic for life. This is about gratitude, re-engaging and seizing the day. I feel like this is more as a new perspective. You're finding, there's a reason why letting go came out. I feel like you finally changed that mind frame. You released, literally, the last one, letting go, allowing, and yielding. Certain things with family could be arriving. This is 10 of Coins, the love of money, but it's also about certain contracts and family feuds is what I'm hearing, but money concerns. Certain inheritance maybe. It's been a theme for this week actually. Like I've been getting a couple with that 10 of Coins and that, certain family feuds with having to do with money. But the biggest thing I'm feeling for this collective and this first, just this first row with this, the only thing I'm not liking is this 5 of Swords and this 8 of Swords. But what I'm feeling with this is whatever has to do with this wish granted, this wish fulfillment that is about to arrive, and this, by seeing clearly and going through this new emotional cycle, there's something having to do with, shadow side of yourself, having to do with hostility or feeling defeat, or you're going to feel this energy and maybe you're going to go through a little bit of an entrapment of the mind. I feel like the biggest lesson for this collective is to see if you have that strength in your mind to really believe in your vision before this kind of like that final test is what I'm seeing. Because this is beautiful. You're having you're having another awakening. All right, let's see, what is the star? So a few months. This could be a few months, but prepare for change. A few months, making long-term plans, expressing gratitude. Harvest season. I whenever I see harvest season, I see April. So I am feeling more April than just a few months. Get one more for the star. So someone who was in an energy of King of Coins in reverse. I want one more for that. Hold on. If I was not feeling that was the energy coming for you guys. I want one more. I'm not feeling it's that. Oh my God, so it's all unbalanced. All right, so it has to do with a release. These are all literally like, we have 4 of Coins upright, so material attachments are still going through the release of material attachment. All right. King of Coins in reverse is ruled by materialism. With 4 of Coins right next to it with the material attachments, I feel like maybe there's someone around you having to do with certain attachments, but also I'm seeing, and it's Emperor energy as well. Like it's King of Coins and Emperor. So it's someone who was very stable in the past, or who seemed very stable. And it's kind of like taking me back to that 10 of Coins in reverse, that family feud. Maybe there's a certain parent or certain father issue that arises, father issue that arises, and it makes sense with that family feud, with that money, that certain inheritance, with having to do with greed and possessiveness. I feel like I I feel like whatever this star energy was for this collective, it had to do with the removal of the masks. I feel like it's finally, there's something very divine about to happen, having to do with the removal of masks, so you can finally release certain attachments that maybe because they are family, and they're the hardest ones because we have that idea in our mind, you know, that society's imprint in our mind that, oh, because they're family, because they raised us, we need to, you know, endure. No, I feel like whatever has to do with family wise, it will be resolved. I want one more for this, because this is literally making long-term plans a few months, so it could be that in a few months something comes up with this inheritance stuff or this family feud. But it's literally because you're about to get a wish granted, this is the first step to it. What I'm feeling, you know what I mean? There's this energies that are needing to be released. I want one more. Yeah. Taking a stand. You make a stand, you face it head on. It's your life. You're not backing down. Haters gonna hate liberty. I feel like there's something having to do with, but that's what I was hearing with this. That's beautiful. Preparing for change, and what needs to, for change to come, what needs to happen, there needs to be destruction for that new beginning, confirmation. Lunar eclipse. Emotional, and it's so funny how it's literally the first one, emotional release. So clearly something having to do with your family is a big block in, you know, your abundance, because that's the second one that comes. Lunar eclipse. Two of Swords. So something, so this is a new emotional cycle over something that you were unclear with your path, with that you were maybe withholding, certain avoidance energies, feeling stalemate, but certain obstacles that you were seeing. I feel like that's literally that 3D aspect. One more. Yeah. You control your mind. You're that master manifester. It's that change of perspective. Whatever kept you very unclear, or whatever kept you in avoidance, whatever kept you in that stalemate energy, or feeling like you were in a constant obstacle, you are understanding it was just your mind. And there's a reason why I said this collective, you have something, a big test having to do with the strength of your mind. There's a reason why through this lunar eclipse there is this magician energy over you. It's that master manifestor in your mind saying, you know what, we control our reality. Don't give in. Your strength of will, confirmation, chariot energy. This is beautiful, guys. Chariot energy. All right, what is this Five of Swords? Let's confirm this one. Hierophant. Not by the rules, by the rules. Whatever was hostile, understand that you needed to remove yourself from that environment. Thinking for yourself, confirmation, not being trapped in your mind, confirmation again with that magician and what I said with that Two of Swords. Four of Cups. All right, Four of Cups. There's a reason why you're in this no don't stop believing mode. Chariot. Chariot. Magic. Chariot, strength of will with a new beginning, Fool energy. Proactive and focused on your new beginning. On the adventure, on the unknown. There is strength of will and surrender, confirmation. There's movement because you are letting go. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. Hangman. Wow, this is beautiful energy, guys. Whatever you were lacking self-confidence in, self-doubt, there's a strength in reverse, but hold on, one more. Because you're letting go of that. You're letting go of that inadequacy that you felt before. You're letting go of that self-doubt. You're letting go of the weakness. You're letting go of your low self-esteem. Whoa. High Priestess energy. Oh, crap. High Priestess energy and gaining momentum, swift progress. Whatever kept you blocked as well, because that came in reverse, but I feel like that's that new perspective. You are the creator of your own reality. Connected between worlds, connected through your third eye. Aligning through your third eye. Aligning through your third eye by taking this leap of faith. by changing that perspective, by having that, again, confirmation, new beginnings, sign. Beautiful things are coming for this collective. A beautiful lesson that I feel like you guys just remember. Whenever you're feeling this this Five of Swords, this defeat, or there's this, whenever you're feeling this Five of Swords, this hostility, or whenever you're feeling a certain defeat, or that your self-sacrificing patterns are arising in certain situations, and more with this family issue that we're having here, remember not to trap yourself into that doom and gloom. Remember that you are that magician. You are that Hierophant. And side note, you got Hierophant and High Priestess energy in your same. So this is my husband and my wife energy. Just saying. But remember that you are the creator of your own reality. Remember that you control your mind, not the other way around. This is not happening. Whatever is going on in your mind because of this emotion that is arising in you, because of this overwhelming feeling that you're having in certain situations that have to do with hostility, defeat, conflict, self-sacrificing patterns, abusive tendency, abusive actions, abusive energy, remember, it's not happening. Whatever is your mind is creating, remember to follow your intuition with this. Your intuition is the first 2 seconds. So if your intuition is saying, I am feeling overwhelmed, I need to leave here, you leave. Like, you know what, guys, I am overly emotional, and I need to be able to take a breather to be able to come in, and, you know, however you want to word it. But don't be trapped in your mind. It's not happening. This isn't happening. It's actually a lesson to free you into thinking for yourself, into putting yourself first, and to challenge the status quo is what I'm hearing through your magic. Why am I hearing maybe you have very Catholic parents, you know, and they don't believe in this? I'm seeing that for a reason. But this is beautiful, guys. Overall, this is a beautiful. If this next 3 weeks to 3 months and 6 months, wow. Powerful collective. So we're going to confirm with my talisman deck, and when I get it, the first thing coming under it's finding love. So I feel like, again, because of your release, because of your hard work, it's happening. Let's confirm. Okay, hold on. Let's confirm your full reading with these. Full reading. Learning your inner knowing. Confirmation. Focusing on your inner knowing. Resilience through the challenges. Grace. But you are resilient. You are by cutting ties with energies. What did I say with those coins? Energies. Cutting ties. Sign. Good luck is on your side, always. Divinely protected. Remember. By overcoming your fear. Sign. I love that. All right, let's get that love energy. Confirming that love energy. Removing codependency. Emotional release, remember? Removing codependency. Maybe there's something having to do with codependency and your family. There's a reason why you're getting lessons with it. Again, also with that abandonment. Sign. Give your relationship a chance. You deserve love. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You are lovable. You are love. Attraction is there. And playfulness is playful. I feel like that's what you guys are maybe, you know, wanting. Playfulness. I can feel that. All right. That whole reading resonated. I'm not going to confirm anymore. All right, so I know I said I wasn't going to confirm anymore, but I got this deck yesterday and I haven't used it yet. So I want to see maybe, you know, maybe a little, not confirmation, but what is the universe wanting to give this beautiful collective with this deck? Let's get maybe one, or how many want to come out. Whoa, or 2. Let's get 2. All right, so we have whip and birds. 2 of Wands, so action through decision. And birds, I'm seeing this as, and 12 of the 11th, 11th of the 12th could be important dates. What birds you could be, these could be signs. This could be signs that maybe you'll see before this happens. Maybe you'll see a bird like this, a bluebird like this. Or am I seeing someone who likes to go to the Renaissance Fair? But child, confirmation, childlike spirit. Very nice. All right. That was Fox energy, removing the mask. All right. That full reading resonated. Write these down. That wasn't many. These aren't many at all. All right. Harmonies. Whoa. All right, so missing letters. N, T, T, 3 T's. S, R, and Z. Protection, but protect yourselves, but divinely guided, divinely protected. Open your heart. Open your heart. You're ready. Very nice. Remember your wisdom. That elephant energy. Time has come. Every time I see this, it's the time has come energy. And you could be on world energy. We didn't get the world energy, but also closing in certain cycles having to do with your world energy. Again, I feel it's that abandonment and that overthinking. Have courage, Leo energy. But have courage, believing yourself, the strength. Remember, you are strong. Remember, your heart is gold, and it's the purest of them all. That's why this is being granted to you. But angels are with you, and also communication, persistence. All right, communicate with your angels is what I'm hearing. Alrighty, so we have 24th of the 2nd, 24th of the 9th, 24th of the 7th, 69. So 69, Wheel of Fortune, decisive moment. 19th of the 6th, 19th of the 2nd, 19th of the 9th, 19th of the 4th, 19th of the 7th. 222, unexpected miracles. All right, 46, angel number 64, angel number, the creators by your side, the flower of life. I love that. 66, but portal energy, 6 of the 6. 69 again. Wow. So 8th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 8th, 23rd of the 8th, 23rd of the 6th, 23rd of the 9th. Yeah. 8th of the 6th, 8th of the 9th, 6th of the 8th, 9th of the 8th. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will be posting another reading on my TikTok later today. I love you all. Bye.